A moment in my life that changed how I view leadership was a few years ago. I was working in a community, a housing community, with a group of women and men on making a difference in their community. And by that time, they had already told me stories about taking in children when they had nowhere else to go, told me stories about leaving boots on the doorstep of children who needed boots, not looking for recognition, just doing it because it was the right thing to do, and just consistently making sacrifices for people in their community, in spite of not having necessarily the monetary means, but really just the heart and spirit to do this work. And so we were in this training, and it was a leadership development training. And so I started with a series of questions that I felt like could kind of get us started in having a conversation about empowerment. And so I said, how many people have sacrificed to benefit someone else? And everyone raised their hand. And then I said, how many people here have tried to live your values on a day-to-day basis? And everyone raised their hand. And then I said, how many of you believe that you are a leader? And only some of them raised their hand. And that moment, to me, was a moment where I realized that our definition of leadership is broken. If people in community don't believe that what they do on a day-to-day basis to make a difference isn't leadership, then there's something wrong with that. And I realized that leadership is not a role or a title, that leadership is action. Leadership is living your values. And that moment is a moment that I'll never forget. And I'm convinced that what we need to do is help people redefine leadership so that they know that when they decide to make a difference, even in a small way, that that's what true leadership is all about.